Small Biz Lady, and I am very, very excited to be with you all here tonight. I am regarded as America's #1 small business expert, but guess what? I got my start right here in the Enterprise Center 18 years ago. So it is my distinct honor to be your host and MC for the evening, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to welcome all of you and explain to you what we are doing here tonight. The event tonight is called Own It, because we know that when you are in business, if you don't work, what? All right, I'm going to ask y'all the question again. If you don't work, what? That's right. That means you own it, right? So that's why we wanted to call this event tonight. And we are really excited because we are celebrating the ribbon cutting and opening of the Enterprise Center's new digital recording studio, and it's called the Grit Live. Can you say the Grit Live? All right, now we called it the Grit Live because y'all know what it takes to run a business. It takes grit, it takes some hustle too, right? So if we put grit and hustle together, we would call it the Grussel, right? Right? But we are so excited to be celebrating the Grit Live tonight here at the Enterprise Center. And you guys know what the Enterprise Center does, right? The folks, Della Clark and her team here do an amazing job to help minority and women entrepreneurs in the Philadelphia area. And they have been doing it for 25 years. Yes, let's give it up. I feel like I'm one of Della's original kids, right? You know how they talked about Jerry's kids, right? So I'm very excited to be here with you all tonight. Our Scale Up Philadelphia Cohort 4, they graduated tonight. Yes. And we also are very honored tonight to have our Congressman Dwight Evans from the 2nd Congressional District of the House of Representatives in the House. Congressman, please stand up and say hey. We are always grateful when our politicians think what we do here is important. And we know that entrepreneurs are the stimulus. We are what drives America's economy. We hire more people than anyone else because blue chip companies still laying people off, right? But small businesses are growing. Small businesses are hiring folks. And that's what we're here celebrating tonight. We have 5 entrepreneurs that are going to be joining me on stage in just a moment. And they're going to be talking to us about their businesses, about their struggles, and about the best piece of advice anybody's ever given them. And I want to hear it because I don't know about you guys, but if you're not growing, personally, your business is not growing. So there's always an opportunity to get good information from entrepreneurs that are out here doing it. Now, another part of tonight, we are very honored to have the good folks from Customers Bank because we're going to be giving away some money tonight. There are 10 hungry entrepreneurs up in here that are going to come to the stage. We're going to have a pitch competition, and you guys are going to vote. So everybody, I want you to get your phone down and take a seat because we're going to be leveraging technology in here. And it's a really hard thing to get up here and pitch your business. So I want to make sure that all of us are listening and paying attention and encouraging these entrepreneurs. Figure out how you might want to do business with one of these entrepreneurs because at the end of the day, that's what this is about. So we are broadcasting and streaming live here tonight. So I want you to know the Grit Live is live tonight. We also, thank you for that. We also want you guys to use the hashtag the Grit Live. If you hear something of value, you hear a gem, I want you to tweet it. I want you to Facebook it. I want you to make all the people who did come out tonight sad they weren't here, right? Because we're having a good time. I know we got our DJ in the house, right? We have our photo booth in the corner if you guys want to get your photo taken. We're streaming. We got beverages. We got wine. Look, we know how to throw a party here at the Enterprise Center. Without further ado, I want to get started and bring up our illustrious panel for the evening. And our first panelist I'm going to call to the stage is Patrice Banks of the Girls Auto Clinic. Her business is located in Upper Darby on Westchester Pike. And ladies, her business is just for you. Not only will she repair your car and get your maintenance, your routine maintenance, you can get your lady maintenance on at her business. You can get your pay, your mani, all kinds of stuff going on at the Girls Auto Clinic. So Patrice Banks, thank you so much. Our next panelist is Mark Coleman. He is founder and president of the Tactile Group, which is a software and web development company. And he has over 14 employees, and his customers include the city of Philadelphia. He's working on our big pitch to get Amazon here, y'all. So we gotta encourage him. He does quite a bit of business with the Department of Education, City of Philadelphia, as well as the City of Boston. Thank you, Mark. Our next panelist is Miss Tiffany Stannard, and she has two businesses. She has Prestige Concepts, which is a new age branding and development company, and she works with technology that helps community organizations leverage and create movements. She also has Stimulus, and I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about her other business. This girl's so busy, she got two businesses she runs. All right, so thank you, Tiffany, for bringing today. Next, we have Mr. Bruce Johnson, and since launching his company, AV Rentals Inc. in 2005, he has expanded from basic AV rental services to now he does lighting, staging. They do custom installations. I will let him tell you more about what he is doing in the marketplace. And last but certainly not least, I want to invite Melissa Alam to the stage. And she is a freelance digital strategist and photographer. Welcome to my panel. Now, the first thing I want to do is just really give you all the opportunity to quickly give us your 90-second commercial about how you all got started. Melissa, I want to start with you.
Okay, cool. Hi, everybody. So I run a digital platform for women and a marketing agency called Femme & Fortune. And I also have a yearly conference for women called FearlessCon, which just happened this past weekend. In terms of freelancing, I do branding, web design, photography for clients, and that's just a passion that I've always had, is to be creative. So I made that into a business and made money out of it, and just taught myself everything from Google, a lot of late nights.
I started, I got into this business not knowing I was coming into the business that I'm in. And I started by DJing. I started as a DJ and wanted to be a performer, a musician, and that didn't pan out. So I found a way to stay sort of in the business on the side. And we've started renting equipment to musicians, renting equipment to DJs, and then it grew to renting equipment to corporate companies, event planners, restaurants, pharmaceuticals, things like that. Anyone holding a meeting we found was our customer, and we were able to rent equipment to them. And we've been in business for 12 years and going strong.
Thank you.
So I'm Tiffany Stannard, founder and CEO of Prestige Concepts, and I've been an entrepreneur now for almost 10 years. So Prestige Concepts is a brand enhancement firm, and we focus on web design, marketing, working with city government to nonprofits to technology companies, from web design to creating experiences and making sure that they are activating in the community that they're serving. And then the idea for Stimulus actually came from my clientele of Prestige Concepts, and us working with a lot of brands and city government and foundations, and the disconnect between the two communities of when grant or sponsorship or business contract is available, those companies trying to get to a Comcast or Microsoft, and a Microsoft and Comcast trying to get to a small business or a nonprofit. So Stimulus is a technology and media company that provides a platform to connect communities to resources, and then we also work with resource providers to connect them to the tools that they need to deepen their community impact. So whether they're giving out a grant, a sponsorship, or a contract, we are connecting them to the people that will be those recipients.
Good evening. I'm Mark Coleman from the Tactile Group. I am the Chief Cook and Bottle Washer, CEO too. Been around since 2004. The business kind of grew organically. I started out as a DJ, actually. That was my first job. Then I went to breakfast for a while. And I started to do graphic design for print, and I saw the print world kind of going away or changing. So I taught myself HTML, CSS. I taught myself how to build some websites. And I decided that I was either going to stay in my bedroom and make it a bedroom kind of So in 2007, I hired my first employee, and then 2008 happened, and somehow we survived. Right now, we're about 14 people, and we serve, like I said, the federal government, including the U.S. Department of Education and the city of Philadelphia, building custom software applications specifically around data collection.
Hi, I'm Patrice Banks. I'm an auto mechanic that caters to women. But my story does not start out as an auto mechanic. It starts out as an auto airhead. I'm actually an engineer, and I always felt taken advantage of with my car, and I hated all of my automotive buying and repair experiences. I started looking for a female mechanic. I didn't want to become one. And resources online to educate myself, and I couldn't find them. And I recognized that women are the #1 customer in the automotive industry, and there was a huge need for these types of services, products, and resources for women. So I went back to school to learn how to work on cars and created Girls Auto Clinic. And right now I have a full service auto repair center, like Melinda said, or the small business lady mentioned, with all female mechanics. We have 5 now. And I couldn't find a female mechanic, and now I have 5 women working at my shop. We also have the salon there, we get your hair and your nails done while you look for your car. And that's Clutch Beauty Bar. You gotta check it out. It's really dope in there. And I really love to educate and empower women. I call my car savvy ladies mechanics. I do car care workshops. I teach women how to take care of your cars, how to talk to a mechanic, what to do in an emergency. I just wrote a book that came out in September called The Girls Auto Clinic Glove Box Guide. And it's you keep it in your glove box, and it's going to empower you to make the right choice with your car and to really just be a confident driver and a smart consumer. So check us out, Girls Auto Clinic.
Now, I know that digital marketing is so important, and 3 of you on the panel, really, that's part of what you all do for a living. So I wanted to talk to the 2 of you who don't do that for a living. So, Bruce, I want to talk to you about what are you doing to promote, what's the best way that you promote your business online?
Test. All right. Initially, I was thinking, what's the best way to promote your business? And I was going to say, good work, perform good work. But online, we went through a few different methods of marketing. Instagram, always putting up pictures. We have our Facebook page. I used Google AdWords for a minute, and it got really expensive. I'd say if you use Google AdWords, just be careful that you watch it and watch what it's doing. It's a pay-per-click marketing method. If you use it, watch what you're doing. But we use Google to some degree, and I also found that content on your own website is the best way to market.
Patrice, how about you?
We do a lot of social media. It's a very unique concept. There's really nothing like this in the United States. So it gets a lot of shares and people talking about it. And so that helps. But really, it's word of mouth. I've been doing my car care workshops every single month religiously for 3-4 years now. And I host them for free. And we started out with 1-2 people showing up, and now they get filled up within 2 hours. They're very popular. And so it's really just getting out there, sharing, networking, sharing what you're doing, and having other people talk about your business.
How have you been able to do that?
The biggest thing I've done for my brand personally is to understand the importance of partnerships. And so I came to them understanding that I want to partner with you, and from that became a brand ambassador, from that became a keynote speaker, and from that them becoming a client. So most people that are coming to these, big companies such as the AT&T or Microsoft, we're coming to them thinking that they're supposed to give us money because we're great. But you're not explaining to them, why are you great? Why are you different from this digital company? Why are you different from this software company? And it's coming to them with things that they don't think that they need, but they feel that they need. They just haven't put the money toward it. So the first thing I came to them with is that, hey, I know you're not in Philadelphia. I would like to do 2 events for you for free in Philadelphia to bring the people that should be using your software, that should understand that you have this 3-year program for tech companies that need to get software for free that most people don't know about. Or they have this program that they're trying to help 3 million kids. And so I created those 2 events for them for free. And from that, it's like, oh, I didn't know you could bring 200 people in. So each event, we had 200 people from city government to small businesses and corporations, and all of them did not know anything about Microsoft besides them going on Microsoft Office and they were using it. So from that created now almost 4 years.
Good stuff. Now, Melissa, thank you. Melissa, I want to ask you a question because you had to do a major pivot in your business. So a lot of people know you because you created the very first female incubator in town. And then you had to pivot from that. So let's talk a little bit about how hard was that? And how did you figure out, like, what was your next thing you were going to do?
Yeah, so I had the Hive, which was a all-female co-working space, and I love how you say pivot instead of fail. That's a new one. So the truth of it was I had a concept and I had no funding. It was all financed out of the client work I was creating and doing in the space itself. And when the lease came up, I kind of, half gave up, half, hey, let me just stall and see, if there's a better idea. Let me take the activations and the events I'm doing and not have the overhead of a brick and mortar location in Old City. So I did not renew my lease. That does not go to say I don't want to start it again. I think it's still a fantastic idea, but I think I'm 3 years older now that I know business better. I know how to get funding better. I jumped into the business when I first started it in 2014. I had it launched within 2 months of the concept of that Sips happy hour, and 2 months later I had it open. So I think it takes experience and it takes definitely a good mindset to pivot and adapt.
Well, it's good to know that people that have ideas can actualize ideas even if they weren't a good idea at the time. Because one of the things we always have to think about as business owners is that a good idea is still a good idea 3 weeks from now, right? And sometimes it's about timing, it's about resources, and it's about expertise, right? And I bet you got a chance to learn some very expensive lessons, sounds like. One of my favorite business coaches told me one time, hey Melinda, a red light's never gonna turn green. Right, so if you see something and you try to force it anyway, you're gonna figure out that red light never turned green, right? And I think that's happened to all of us after 18 years in business myself. I can truly testify to that. Mark, tell me about a good lesson you had an opportunity to learn.
Pay yourself. If you're starting a business and it's not making any money and you're just putting all your friends and family and friends' money into this thing and you're not paying yourself, it's a hobby. And it's a very expensive hobby. And right after that, make sure once you start hiring folks that you hire really slow, hire really quickly, because you get the wrong person on your team, they could drag you down every few years. And my mistake was like, be everybody's friend, and I don't know, help support this person's growth, but you're not doing your job, and you're not doing what you need to do to make the company successful. So, if I had made the decision to let some of these folks go earlier, the company could have flourished quicker.
That's very real. I believe that you shouldn't hire somebody you can't fire, right? Right? And I'm super not about hiring friends and family. I'm like, I'll give you some money. I'm gonna give it to you, right? So, all right, somebody can amen on what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right. All right, Tiffany, tell me about a hard lesson that you learned so far in your business.
To know what you don't know, hire for it, and then fire quickly if they're not doing the job correctly. Because we try to fake it till we make it for so long, we don't make it because we're faking it for so long. So now that we're getting into other businesses, you've been in business 10, 20, however long, then you realize faking it ain't keep no more. And you want to make sure that you get to that point where you're driving, you have 14 employees, and your finances are good, and you're paying yourself, and you can hire for the things that you're not great at and excel at things that you are great at.
Same.
Along the same lines as they're saying, the fake it till you make it part. Know what you can do, like she said, but also if you see a company that does similar to what you do and they're successful at it, copy, mimic what they're doing well, and present your company as if it was a big company. And again, like I said earlier, do good work. That speaks for itself.
Bruce, tell me what you mean by that. When you step out and you want to appear like a big company, tell me like some of the no-nos of things that you've seen people do.
Your appearance, dress appropriately, It's one of the easiest things to do, and a lot of people maybe they don't know it, but dress appropriately. If you're in corporate, wear a suit. You're supposed to wear a suit. Wear a suit. Be on time. That's another easy thing that you can do, and that people look at that and it shows that you appreciate their time. You appreciate what you're doing and what they're doing. Be on time. I'm gonna say the way I figured it. For me, I looked at my competition and I saw what they were doing and I saw what they were doing well. And I copied. I copied. Point blank.
Hey, I'm all about copying a good idea, right? Absolutely. Now, Melissa, I want to go to you. You kind of told us the story of, a hard-learned lesson already. So I want to pivot to you and say, tell us the best piece of advice you could give to someone in here who's trying to grow a business right now.
All right, just do it. That's my best piece of advice because I meet so many people who want to pick my brain or friends that tell me their ideas, and they'll tell me the same ideas 3 months from then, and then the same ideas 3 months later. So just do it because you'll never know if it's going to be a failure or success if you don't try it out. You'll never know what works and what doesn't work, how you can be better at it, how you can make more money if you don't even launch. So yeah, just launch your ideas, have fun with it. I mean, I have an idea and I'll put a flyer up on Instagram the next 2 hours later saying, oh, I'm going to launch this new program. I don't have the details of the program or the curriculum or anything. I just have a graphic I made because I love making graphics. But that's how I get feedback, and people are commenting and being like, yeah, I'd love to do it. Then I'm like, all right, cool. Now I have to do the work for it. But I launch the idea first, and then I'll do the meat afterwards. And it's been just how I've grown, so it works.